Hey, guys. Welcome back to Tears and Weeps Row. It is your girl, Lati, here coming in, just popping in with the afternoon or early evening quick session. Yeah, I think that the Spirit is moving us to really deep into this subject of self discovery, right? We've been pulling our chakra cards, and it's been coming out for us to kind of really dig deep into self, realizing who we are, what our blockages are, right? So we can get those chakra energy centers in alignment, freed up, cleared up, all that gunk out, right? We've been talking about getting an oil change so you can just run smooth, operating this thing at optimal condition, right? So we've been talking about really digging in and going in on Genesis, right? And really focusing on chapter 1, verse 26. And this is just really, I go to that text because it's the one that I know so well. But when have studied over the last 20 years, you know, and being on this journey to really discover self and source and where we come from and how do I tap into what I'm designed to do, right? Dig into that true joy. And how do I serve better? How do I be a better woman, a better person, and ultimately a better wife? Because that's one of my goals. Well, not ultimately, because wife is not the, end all be all, but it is very high on my priority list. And then, a mother and just a good person, a good steward at the end of the day. Yes. How do I serve myself in the gift that the Most High gave me out onto the wheat field in a way that it has some betterment by the time I leave here, right? I want to leave things better than what I came into it, right? So if that means that we have hard conversations and I have to really stay in tune with self first, right? So I can be good and righteous and having that compassion and empathy and understanding. And so digging into that and practicing it on a daily helps me be wise. And I'm always seeking the Most High's wisdom, right? That's how I ended up, looking at this thing from a broader perspective and able to reconcile that the Most High comes in an immense variety and the source has spoken to all of his wheat, the entire field all over time. And we can see its consistencies in how Source speaks to its people. And we know that people resonate with the word of the Lord. And we know that Source will use anything to speak to its people, right? We can consider signs and things like that, but we won't, we have issues with reconciling how others in the field convene, speak, communicate, and receive uh, responses and guidance from the source, right? So to we kicked off this thing. And if you haven't been through my earlier sessions, and I'll stop right now and say, welcome. Hi, welcome. If you're new here, I hope you enjoy the session. And if at the end you vibe with us, please subscribe and like, leave me a comment too. I love to interact with everybody and I'm never offended by what you have to say unless it's just really downright nasty, because words hurt. They're powerful and your words are powerful. You're all powerful people. And I'm empathetic. I'm an empath, and I pick up on that energy, and it hits deep. So we can have all the conversation. This is open, but high vibrational. Please, in love and light. Yes, love and light always. And I return all that energy right back to you with all the power of the universe. Yes, I do. And I double it. Yes, by all the calls across the field. Do you know how many of us are calling for joy and peace and resolution? I double that energy, magnified by the universe, and send it back on to you. I love you. I love you so much. And thank you for being here. Everybody who's coming back again, hey, y'all, come on back into the field. We continue in this discussion here on who we are. When they said in Genesis 1 and chapter 1, 26, yeah, that let us make man. And we talk about them seven spirits of the Lord, right? We know who they are. So spirit said, hey, as we study to show thyself approved, we want to bring it out to the field. So let's do it, y'all. Let's jump on in. Because we only got a few minutes here left on this here break. About 10 more before we have to go back and continue to serve in that other capacity. Keep this thing balanced out. Balancing that spirituality with practicality, okay? Mm-hmm. Let's jump on in. So Spirit led me to study really deep, on the seven spirits of the Most High, right? And I found it very coinky dink that one of my, the text that I was raised on, I was reared on this here thing. That's how I cut my teeth. Yes, it is. It's how I cut my teeth. In this here right there. They talk about the seven spirits all the time, but I didn't see him name them. I said, why y'all didn't call him out? I want to know. So I had to go look in other sources, figure this thing out. So, but lo and behold, I found some references once I did some research, right? Just to show thyself approved. We cross-reference this thing. That's what they teach us in school. We don't just accept no information from one source. We're gonna look at this thing across the spectrum and make sure that we got some consistencies and see how that thing flow. Okay? And see how it resonates. Let it sit in the spirit and let my spirit show thyself approved. Because it shall discern. Oh yes. Because I seek the wisdom of the Most High at all times. None of me, Father, none of me. I am your willing and surrendered vessel. Use me in this space. Use me. Thank you, thank you, thank you, so that thy will and my will are in alignment. And we speak truth and righteousness onto the field. Hello, beautiful. Hello, beloved. Yes. So the seven spirits of the Lord, according to my research we just did here, we have wisdom. We have, yeah, that spirit of intellect, that infinite intelligence we talk about, all that's wisdom. Oh, yeah. That's intelligence with consistent practice that generates wisdom. And wisdom was the principal thing. We're going to jump into that. It was at the beginning. We're going to get there. Just stick with your girl. The spirit take a minute and then, it comes together. Just stay in here. So we got wisdom, understanding. Oh, yeah. Counsel, might, knowledge, respect, and reverence. Now, I have a part in that I have to reconcile because we get these sources from others who have been given the word to interpret and scribe, right? Yes, that's how we ended up with this one right here and others, because people are given interpretation and the ability to scribe, right? So when we say wisdom and knowledge, are they two different principal things? My spirit says yes, they are. Why? Huh? Yes. Okay, 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 okay. Yes, y'all, yes. Spirit says that they are two very different principal things for the fact that knowledge comes first. Knowledge precedes wisdom because you have to have practice and application to attain wisdom. Because having a knowledge of something and through you practice it, you still may make mistakes, and learning takes time and you're gaining more knowledge. But once you reach a point of mastery, thank you, spirit, then wisdom is present. And you can operate from a state of wisdom. Come on with this thing, all right? So then we have respect. And people usually put respect and reverence. Yeah, but they use the word fear. I don't really use the word fear. I put respect, because we need to have the ultimate respect for source. That which called all things, oh yeah, that could for sure bring you up, it brought you up in here, and sure enough takes you out. Oh yeah, because that's the only thing that you can't touch nothing that the God got his hand on. If God say it ain't your time, it ain't your time. You ain't got to worry about that thing. If the source say it ain't your time, huh, baby, y'all better go talk to Lazarus. Did he not get up? Okay, because when the Lord say it ain't your time, it ain't your time. So when he called you, let's do this thing right. He called you. and he can take you. Then when we had that statement, like we be saying, I brought you in this world and I can take you out, that show enough source. And when you have that same respect for mama and daddy, because you know when they had that show enough sentiment, like that's how that mindset is, like I brought you up in here and I can take you out. Yeah, you have a whole different respect for mama and daddy, don't you? You be like, okay, you be sitting up there talking to I think it's you might be sitting up there talking to Brother Marvin on that conversation if you don't believe that thing to be true. I'm just saying, because his daddy said, you know what I'm just, everybody know what happened to Marvin Gaye. Come on, saying, be real with this here thing. We got about 5 more minutes. We're going to wrap it up. So anyway, Spirit said, we could go to Proverbs again to kind of bring this here thing together, because we saw our word, the word I was weird on. It ain't our word because there's many words, but this word is consistent. I mean, I'm talking about how did he speak to y'all in India, and then where did they say that the Savior that's in this book study that? I mean, come on, we got that too. Oh yeah, it's in the pile. We got all of them. We went and collected them. Yes, let's collect the books. Bring them together and see what is the same across all of them. Okay? And let the Spirit discern. And then can I see that same thing active in nature? Is it on the outside? Yeah, yeah. Okay, let's look at that too. And then can we see that same thing operating on the inside? Oh, yeah. I told y'all, walk by faith and not by sight. When he gave you these two little things right here that don't see nothing, did you? Google it. Google it. Tell me somebody did. I'm just saying, I've been saying it for a couple of messages. I really want somebody to Google that thing and let me know. Put it in the comments so everybody could say we for real with this here thing. Where he designed your vessel to walk by faith. Yeah, he did. Yeah, he did. Yeah, he did. He did. So Spirit said we're going to go to Proverbs 3 and 13 and 20. Let's hop over there real fast and see if we can make this happen in the next 3 minutes. I don't know. You know, Spirit get to moving and we just be, you know, we get to going. Yeah, Psalms right here. Here go Proverbs. And then we got to get to 3. We at 7. Okay. 4. Here's 3. So 3, and we going to go from 13 to 20. All right. Happy is the man that findeth wisdom, the man that getteth understanding. Ooh, ain't that two principles? Ain't that two spirits right there? Ooh, I think we found some synchronicity. Come on, Spirit, come on. Talk to us. Yes. For the merchandise of it is better than the merchandise of silver, and the gain thereof than fine gold. She is more precious than rubies, and the things thou canst desire are not to be compared unto her. Who we talking about? We talking about wisdom. Yes. Woo! Come on, Spirit. Yes, the length of her days is in her right hand, and in her left hand riches and honor. Yes, riches and honor. The abundance is in the right hand of wisdom, and time is in the left. Woo! Come on. Her ways are of pleasantness, and all her paths of peace. Absolutely. When you step into that full knowledge of wisdom and understand what this whole plane is about, what creation itself is about, what source is about, baby, it ain't no need to wrestle against self. Oh no. We will come into balance, into unity and connectivity. Right? We'll learn that we got a collective ingenuity that is like what? A collective ingenuity, a collective intelligence. Wait, that you could tap into the collective. Yeah, you can. Why do you think we say collective readings? Because we could tap into the energy of the collective. This thing is real and it's in your word. If you study thyself to be approved, you operating on a low battery, baby. When I tell you you ain't charged up fully, when you got some sludge in there, conformities from the world that's blocking out your power and your realization of who you are. Let me tell you a little bit more about you. Let me tell you about the germ, like that, what's inside of you. Let me tell you. Come on. Uh-huh. She is a tree of life to them that lay hold upon her, and the happy is everyone that retains her. So if you retain wisdom, the Lord by wisdom hath founded the earth, by understanding hath he established the heavens. Come on, spirit, and put some bass on that. That's what we're talking about. By his knowledge, the depths are broken. All of you, spirit, and none of me. Speak your word to the wheat, and the clouds drop down the dew. My son, my beloved, my wheat. Let them not depart from thy eyes. Keep sound wisdom and discretion, so that thy life unto thy soul and grace thy to thy neck. Then thou shalt walk in thy way safely, and thy foot shall not stumble. Study these proverbs. Study these laws. That's where your laws is at. Study the principal things that you need to operate, the principalities. We wrestle not against flesh and blood, but by principalities. Bring this thing together, wheat. Bring it together. Come on in. Come on in. Come closer. Yes. When thou lay it down, thou shalt not be afraid. Yea, thou shalt lay down, and thy sleep shall be sweet, peaceful, restful. Yes. Be not afraid of sudden fear, neither the desolation of the wicked when it comes. Them tears? Yeah. Don't be afraid when they come. For the Lord shall be your confidence and shall keep your foot from being taken. Withhold not good from them to whom it is due, when it is in the power of your hand to do it. Serve unto other selves. Don't withhold your power. We don't hoard on to self. What was we talking about earlier? I'm taking you to the word to show you yourself approved in this thing here. Come on closer. Come on closer. Say not unto thy neighbor, go and come again tomorrow, and I'll give thee when you have it by you. When you got it right now, I'm going to give it to you. Here you go. Devise not evil against your neighbor, seeing he dwells securely by you. Strive not with man without cause, if he have done no harm to thee. Envy thou not your oppressor, and choose none of his ways. Envy not your oppressor in none of his ways, and choose none of his ways. We must rise above. We are called to rise above. The test to rise above is a part of our purpose. It edifies you to rise above, it builds you to rise above. You ascend when you rise above. We know what them tears is. Why we gonna let that give us wrinkles? I'm gonna dig into my source, into that knowledge that called the foundation of the earth by design, called my light into existence. It animates me. It is me. I have my full portion, and I activate that portion on a daily basis. And my beloved, I'm like 3 minutes over my time, but we got to get this last one out. We just gonna have to drop down to 35 right here. The wise shall inherit glory, but shame shall be the promotion of fools. Okay? The wise shall inherit glory. And again, knowledge is first. Knowledge with balance and practice leads to wisdom. Because on the path to wisdom, while you're practicing in your process, you walking through this here thing, we're going to make mistakes. But your decisions are okay. Because if you're called according, you love God and you're called according to his purpose, it all works out towards your good, baby. Because can't nothing stop you, because the Most High, the Alpha and Omega, the source of it all, that which cannot be named, that which is above all names, that by wisdom created all things. Yeah, wisdom, understanding, counsel is in here. Yeah, and I just thought about something. I think the only thing that the last messenger that we have record, the one that's in this text that we've been speaking from, this messenger right here, I think the only thing that he said that he was sending was comfort. And we talked about whether we have the ability to comfort self. I do believe that we have that. But also what I think is the principal thing in that message. To gain comfort is we need to gain connectivity and comfort and counsel onto selves, to reach out to selves. And I think that's one of the principal reasons why he sent people out after him, to connect with the people and to call them in into connectivity. Now that is a word, right? Because the principles have existed, right? And when we study his walk and really dig into those years from 12 to 29, where did he go? Hmm. Where was he at? What was happening during that time? None of these texts tell us. But there's an account there. It is for those who seek diligently to find it. We'll get there, whatever the Spirit says we shall do, we will do. Okay? But just know this. I love y'all. I love y'all so much. Like I could just burst from the inside out. So Spirit says that we should probably talk on this a couple more times. Gave me a couple of things in Proverbs to go back through so we could see the rest of those spirits of the Lord spoken about in Proverbs, and how the source was telling us, the messengers left us the how we should, the instruction. They left us instruction on how to activate those spirits. How do we lean into those principles that we're supposed to act on a daily basis? Yes, so that we can reach our highest self, so we can charge up. Yes, so you'll know who you are, so you can refuse the conformity. Do not take on any of the ways of the oppressor, and definitely don't envy nothing that they got going on. And I'm just saying, whatever is oppressing you in your life, because it's different for every wheat. Again, the source runs through us all. In every wheat field experiences oppression. None is left out of that plight, like we all experience. Every wheat experience a tear. It is sown in. And the word has been spoken in amongst all nations. And this is an open, free space for all nations to come and convene. And we can have the fullest conversation in love and light, for our knowledge and practice and balance, edification onto self and other selves, each other collectively, yes, so that we can unify, all of us, yes, in that we can act in wisdom, right? And the message is that moving in wisdom will bring us to peace. And there's so many of us crying out for peace in this day. And so again, fulfilling this purpose in this space, open for all of you, all of the source, and its beautiful, many unique expressions. I love you. I love you so much. I love you just like I love me. And I love me because I love the source. So until the next time, y'all, until the next time, mwah, Ashe.